Thank you so much for joining today. Let's go ahead and start our practice coming into a comfortable, easy seated position. That can be on a chair or on the floor. You could bring a block under your hips. You could come into a crisscross applesauce. You could send your legs out long, or you can bring a bend into the knees and let the arms rest on the knees. Wherever you're at, though, start to lengthen your spine as you settle in here. And maybe you close your eyes, or maybe you simply soften your gaze. As we start to embark on a serene journey today, mindfulness of luck and mantra today is designed to cultivate gratitude, positivity, and even relaxation. So as you settle into your quiet space and settle into a comfortable position, we'll begin to let the magic unfold. Taking a few deep, intentional breaths. We'll begin to imagine ourselves surrounded by a shimmering golden light, like a halo of luck surrounding you. We'll begin to focus a little more deeply on our breathing, but also making that a heart-centered breath by bringing our awareness to our heart space as well. You're always welcome to rest a hand or two on your torso or on your heart. And as you inhale the deepest breath of your day so far, feel your chest and torso expanding. And exhale slowly as you start to release any tension. As you breathe, we'll start today's meditation with a single mantra. Breathing in deeply, maybe repeating after me silently or in your head or out loud, or maybe it doesn't feel like it connects with you in today, and that's okay. You can always change the words. But as we inhale deeply, we fill our lungs. And as we exhale, we repeat, I am fortunate. I am fortunate. I am fortunate. Releasing your hands back to the lap or to the next to you on the ground. And take a moment to begin to picture a lucky symbol of your choice. Maybe it's a 4-leaf clover, a horseshoe, a shooting star, or any other symbol of luck that feels dear to you today. As you begin to picture it, see it vividly in your mind's eye. Allow yourself to feel that symbol's positive energy. And we'll repeat these following affirmations with intention, being mindful of our breath. Luck flows to me effortlessly. Every day is a lucky day. I attract abundance. Beautiful job. Sometimes mantras can feel like something we're aiming at or something that's not quite there just yet. But really allowing ourselves with intention to lean into those mantras can be so beneficial. We'll release the mantras for now as we return back to our breath, a breath of gratitude. And as we inhale deeply, imagine you're drawing in that lucky golden light surrounding you and its blessings. And as you exhale, you're releasing any negativity, doubts, or fears. With each breath, feel gratitude for the fortunate moments in your life. We'll then begin to imagine our luck radiating outward like ripples in a pond. Envision it infusing every cell of your body and then reaching out and touching everyone who matters in your life, the people that you love, your communities, and even beyond. Remembering that luck is not just chance. Instead, it's an energy that we can cultivate. May our mindfulness and meditation today bring you an abundance and relaxation. So as we take one last breath here, focusing on our luck, we'll try to carry the feeling of luck with us throughout our practice today. We'll start to come into our breathing exercise, which is a clover breath or a 4-part breath. Inhaling for a count of 4, pausing for a count of 4, exhaling for a count of 4, and then pausing at the bottom for another count of 4. We'll take this clover breath for just a few cycles, allowing yourself to feel each segment of the breath as a distinct moment in time, a distinct feeling throughout your body. Beautiful job. We'll release that breath, allowing us to find our natural rhythm. We'll take a moment to offer ourselves just a little bit of gratitude for taking the time to nurture this feeling of positivity, gratitude, and luck today. And then as you're ready, we'll begin to wiggle fingers and toes. We'll flutter the eyes open. And let's start to add a little bit of gentle movement into our practice. Let's start by bringing our hands to heart center in a prayer pose. And as we inhale, we'll drop the hands by our side and then let them circle up and overhead, allowing the gaze to follow, lifting the chin up. As we exhale, we'll bring those hands back through prayer, letting the gaze follow the hands as the chin comes towards the chest. And we'll take that 2 or 3 more times on our own. Allowing ourselves, again, to just feel the movement with our breath. Really start to sync up how we're feeling with how we're moving. This next time the arms reach up, go ahead and pause there. And with an exhale, we'll take a clover twist as we reach our right hand towards our either our inner left right leg or our outer left leg as we twist over towards that left side. With each inhale, lengthen the spine, and each exhale, twist it a little bit deeper. Beautiful job. Come back up through center. Exhale, hands to prayer. If you took a crisscross of the legs, go ahead and switch the cross of the legs so that we can balance out just a little bit. Inhale, circle arms up and overhead, chin lifts. Exhale, clover twist to the right. That hand behind you presses into the ground or into a prop to really lengthen and lift the spine. Inhale to come back through center. Exhale to bring it down through a prayer. And then allow the hands to rest on your legs as we start to take torso circles. We'll move in one direction a few cycles, letting our spine pull forward and then round back, letting the shoulders, the hips, the elbows, and all the total body get involved in this movement. Even shifting the weight a little left to right. All right, go ahead and pause in the middle and then reverse it. Beautiful job. All right, let's come back to our straight spine. We'll bring our right hand and we'll drop it by our right hip. You can even walk it out just a little bit if that feels good for you. But we'll start to take our left arm out to the side, start to lift it up and overhead. You can reach it towards the ceiling. You can take it out towards the left, or you can reach it all the way towards the right, feeling just a little bit of length through the left side, but rib cage, through the arm, all the way to the fingertips. Great job. Now, wherever your gaze is, go ahead and drop your gaze down towards the right knee or the right side by the floor. And then with our next exhale, we're going to take that left hand and allow it to come down to that right knee for support, holding on to that knee. As we inhale, we're going to take our right hand, wherever it's located by our right hip. We're going to lift it up and overhead and take a counter stretch over to the left side, using that hand on your right leg really for support here. Great job. With your next exhale, take your gaze down towards your left knee and then allow your right hand to come down towards that left knee, crisscrossing the arms in front of your body in a seated egg beater pose. With our next inhale, we'll start to lift the top elbow away from the body and twist our gaze up under that arm. Exhale to release the elbow back towards the torso. And with our inhale, we'll uncross the arms, sweeping them up towards the ceiling. Beautiful job. Exhale, bring it down through center. And let's take that sequence on the left side. So dropping the left hand to the left hip or to the floor, we begin to circle the right arm up and overhead. Really reach it up. Feel that length and extension, whether you're reaching towards the sky, out towards the right, or over towards the left. Their next exhale, the gaze comes down towards the left knee, and then the right hand follows, capturing that left knee. With our inhale, our left hand reaches up and over, counter stretching. Exhale to look down towards the right knee, allow the left hand to follow, capturing right knee. Now we're in that crisscross position, curling chin to chest. And with our next inhale, we start to lift the top elbow, the left elbow away from the body as much as possible as we begin to look out under that left arm, noticing how that feels through our spine and rib cage. Exhale to release elbow towards your body, chin to chest. Inhale, swooping arms out to the side and up, tall. Reach it up. Exhale, bring it down, chin to chest, hands at heart center. Beautiful. From here, let's come on over into a tabletop. Bringing hands underneath, hands under shoulders and knees under hips, creating that straight spine from the top of our head all the way down to our hips. From here, we're going to take just a couple of cat counts, dropping the belly and lifting the gaze, and then exhaling to round the spine as you tuck your chin towards your chest. Take this at your own pace for just a few cycles, noticing how you're moving through your spine, neck, shoulders, lower back and glutes. And then start to find a little stillness in tabletop. We'll pull our rib cage over to the right as we start to take barrel rolls. We'll swing it down towards the floor, over towards the left, and then up towards the ceiling. Taking this torso rolls or barrel rolls in one direction. And then reversing them. Great job. Coming back into our tabletop. We're going to walk our hands forward just a little bit. And as we exhale, we'll sink our hips back towards our heels in a child's pose, dropping forehead towards the mat, reaching out long through the arms. And then let's walk the hands over to the right side of your space. Exhale through center, walking the hands over to the left side of your space. Beautiful job. Back through center. Inhale to roll up through your tabletop. And then in your own time and in your own way, we'll start to find our way up into a standing position. Coming into our mountain pose. We'll stand up tall. We'll feel that length and extension. And let's circle those hands up, reach them up, really up. And then with an exhale, rain the fingertips down as we come into a forward fold. Resting hands on a prop, or maybe your legs or the floor, keeping a nice generous bend in those knees. Beautiful job. Inhale, halfway lift, figure 7. Exhale, fold. Inhale, take a slow roll, coming all the way up to standing. Inhale, arms circle up and overhead. We're going to take our right hand and drip it down by our right hip. And then let's take it into our right side bend. Back through center. Left hand to left hip. Back through center. We're going to cactus the arms, but as we do, we're going to twist at the hips towards the right. Come back through center on your inhale. Twist through the cactus on your left. Back through center. Their next exhale, go ahead and circle the hands behind the back, grabbing opposite hand, wrist, elbow, or even just grabbing your shirt. As you draw the knuckles down, lift the heart up, lift the gaze up. Exhale, hinge into your forward fold. You're always welcome to keep your hands on your hips. You're always welcome to lift them off or release the bind and bring them to your prop for more stability. Wherever you're at, we're going to take just about 3 breaths here. And spend those 3 breaths in stillness or maybe a little movement, whatever would feel good for your body in this moment. One last breath here. If your hands are lifted off your hips, we'll go ahead and release our hands to our hips. And if your hands are at your hips, we're going to all release our hands down to our forward fold. Beautiful job. With our next inhale, let's come up to a chair pose, bending through the knees, sinking into the hips. You can keep your hands at your prayer. You can lift them up high in the air. Great job. And let's add just a little bit. Let's bring our hands down to about shoulder height, palms face down. We'll counterbalance, maybe see if we can sink a little bit deeper. And then with your next exhale, let's circle the arms to airplane arms, bringing the arms behind us, squeezing them together. With a great big old swing, inhale, tall mountain. Exhale, bring it through your prayer into mountain pose. Beautiful movement through our upper body. Let's go ahead and step our right foot back as we come into a high lunge. We're going to bend through both knees. Keep a hands in a prayer. Maybe you start to circle them up overhead. Really squeeze your thighs together. Make sure you're not feeling wobbly. Great job. With our next inhale, we're going to straighten both legs. And then exhale to hinge over that front leg into a half runner stretch. And if you're feeling this strongly in the back of that knee, go ahead and just add a gentle bend, moving the stretch to the thigh muscle. Great job. Inhale to come back through your high lunge. And then let's step the back foot in and take it to the other side. Left foot back. Take time building your foundation. High lunge. Maybe crescent lunge. You're doing great. Feel like you're pulling your thigh muscles towards each other to really make this active in the lower body. Inhale, straighten both legs. Exhale, take it into that half runner stretch. Great job. Inhale, high lunge, step it up. Beautiful job. Take a moment and take whatever movement you need from your table or from your mountain pose. All righty. From here, let's inhale, circle arms up and overhead. Exhale, bring hands down through heart center as you hinge into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Really engage through the core here. Exhale, chair pose. Arms come up to that shoulder height position. Beautiful job. Exhale, let's bring our hands behind us, airplane arms. And let's try a gentle lifting of one foot or one heel, coming up onto the ball of that foot, and then set that down. Take it to the other side. And you can play either or, lifting one heel and then the other. Or for a little more challenge, you can lift both heels at the same time, coming into a toe balance. All right, wherever you're at, both heels come down. Inhale, tall mountain. Exhale, bring it down through a prayer to your mountain. All right, let's come and find a standing downward dog here. So you're welcome to use a wall, a piece of furniture. You're always welcome to take your downward dog in on the floor as well, if that speaks to your body today. Wherever you're in your downward dog, take just a moment to pedal through the legs as you shift the hips back as far as you can to make that familiar V shape. And then eventually settle into just a little bit of stillness. With our inhale, we're going to lift our right leg and lift those toes into a three-legged dog. Now you can do this a little or a lot, it's up to you. Inhale, curl and round your knee towards your nose. And then with our exhale, we're going to set that right leg directly under us into a lunge position. And then allow your back heel to come down for a warrior one. Inhale, circling arms up and overhead. Beautiful job. With our next exhale, bring your hands down to that shoulder length height position, and then begin to open the back leg for warrior two. Come a little bit wider, toes to the side. Take that back hand, begin to pull it towards that front hand, and like an archer pulling a bow and arrow, allow yourself to drag that back hand across the torso to open. Beautiful job. We'll begin to straighten both legs. And then let's reverse our triangle pose, dropping our back hand to our back hip and lifting our top hand up and overhead. Great job. Spiral the hands to a T. Pull the front fingertips forward. And then with your next exhale, allow that front hand to drop either towards your legs or towards the prop as you stack wrists and shoulders for triangle pose. Really pull your back hip towards the wall behind you. Great job. Inhale to straighten the torso. And then exhale to step it in to mountain pose. Great job. Now make sure you're close to your wall or your surface again, because we'll take that on the other side, bringing our hands to shoulder distance, and then stepping back into our standing downward dog. Take a moment, allow your weight to rest in your wrist. And then when you're ready, start to lift those left toes a little or a lot. Three-legged dog. Inhale, knee to nose, round through the spine. Exhale, step it down. Warrior one. You're doing a beautiful job here. You're pulling that front hip crease back so that your back hip crease turns forward and they're pointing in the same direction. Beautiful. Our next exhale, hands come down to shoulder height. And then we open up to warrior two. Beautiful job. We're going to take our archer arms, palms come together, pull it across your torso, slow as you can. Inhale to straighten both legs. Drop the back hand to hip or down the back leg, reversing your triangle. Inhale through center. Pull the front fingertips forward. Exhale, pivot. Triangle pose. Great job. Inhale back through your triangle prep. Exhale to release it back to mountain. Beautiful job. All right, from our mountain pose, let's take our feet about mat distance apart, maybe even a little bit wider. You can have your toes out or your heels in or any other variation. We're going to start to make a circle between our body and our hands by grabbing our hands in a locked position, grabbing our wrists, maybe even grabbing elbows, or bringing a strap, something long and skinny between the hands. We're gonna pull that away from the body as much as we can to create that circle shape. And with our next inhale, start to raise those hands overhead. We're gonna take a sunflower stretch today. So we're gonna take that right elbow down towards our right hip, maybe down towards the right leg or knee. And once we reach our lowest point, we then flip over to the left elbow on the left side. Right elbow twists out and then leads the way back up. So it'll be a continuous circle going towards the right. And again, as deep or shallow as feels good to you. Make sure not to go too fast. Fall off balance. If you need to widen your feet, go ahead and do that. Like a sunflower chasing the sun on a nice spring day next week. All right, last time going towards the right. Once you get to the back to the top, pause, and then take your sunflower to the left. Beautiful job. Last time. Pause with arms overhead. Exhale, release hands by your sides. Now we're going to stay in the same position with our legs, but we're going to start to twist at the hips. We're going to find a lightness through our knees and through our ankles. And we're going to let the hands start to flail out by the sides in a washing machine pose. Start to go fast or slow, whatever feels good for you. You can even lift one heel and then the other if you want to get into the twist just a little bit more. Hands can hit your body. Beautiful job. Start to wind down now. Go a little bit slower and slower till your hands come to rest by your sides. Beautiful job. All righty. We're going to go ahead and take our feet out one more footprint. So we're even wider than mat distance apart, but not super wide. And then as we inhale, circle arms up to a 5-pointed star. With your next exhale, sink and bend into the knees and and bend the elbows in a cactus pose as we come into a nice shallow squat here. Beautiful job. Throughout this next few poses, this sequence of poses, you're welcome to straighten the legs coming back to 5-pointed star at any point in time, and then sink back in to join us in that shallow squat. Go ahead and drop those hands to your hips. We're then going to take our right hand, we're going to rest it on our right thigh, anywhere from your hip all the way down to the knee. And then we'll start to take that left hand up and over into a side stretch. Now we did this sequence from a seated position at the beginning of class, so it'll feel familiar as we move through it from this squatting position. Go ahead and exhale, taking your gaze down towards your right hand, and then let your left hand follow, coming anywhere along that right leg, hip, and then take your right hand up and over. Great job. Our next exhale brings both hands to opposite legs. In our standing egg beater, you can even go all the way down to the knees if that feels good for you, or be up closer to the hips, depending on where it feels good for you. Begin to curl your chin to your chest, and then take your top elbow and start to circle it away from your body as you look out under your arms. Egg beater pose, standing. Exhale to release. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Beautiful job. We'll take that to the other side. Hands comes to hip. Exhale, find your shallow squat when you're ready. Dropping left hand to wherever feels good. Right hand up and over. Dropping your gaze to your left knee. Right hand follows. Left hand up and over. Exhale to look at your right knee. Left hand follows. Arms are crossed in front of the torso. And then begin to lift the outer elbow as you look under the arm. Exhale to release back to arms crisscrossed. Inhale, 5-pointed star. Take a great big breath here. And then let's exhale to release. Stepping feet back in. Beautiful job. All righty. We're gonna take one more standing sequence before we move down to some floor exercises. And it's gonna be building on some of those poses we've already done. Inhale, circle arms up and overhead. Exhale, swan dive into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, pause at the halfway lift. Bring the right hand directly under the face. Begin to bend that right knee. And then like an archer pulling his bow and arrow, twist the left arm up. Beautiful job. Exhale to replace left hand with right, bending left knee. Inhale, arch your arms. Beautiful job. Exhale to release. Forward fold. Inhale, tall mountain. Take it all the way up. Right hand to right hip, lean it to your right. Come back through center to the left. Back through center. This time, instead of cactusing the arms, we're going to take them wide. One in front of us, one behind. As we twist to the right. Back through center to the left. Back through center. Release the hands for the back, bind, switching the grip in one form or another so that you've changed it up somehow. Lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, bend into your forward fold. Hands on hips, hands lift off hips, or hands drop to a prop. Take about 3 breaths here, finding any stillness or movement that you might want. Hands are lifted, release them to your hips. Hands around your hips, we're gonna release them to our prop. Our legs are floor, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Arms out, half lift. Palms face down. Exhale, see if you can sink it a little deeper. All right, just like we're pedaling through water, push those hands behind you, airplane arms. We're gonna have a little push here for our core, so we're gonna hold this pose for as long as we can. Exhale, arms into forward. Exhale, swim them back. You're doing great. One more cycle just like that. Pull the arms forward. Swim them back. Inhale, tall mountain to release. And then take the hands up, really up. Take the hands and the gaze maybe behind the back for a back end. Behind the head for a back bend. Beautiful job. Bring it down through a prayer. Into your mountain pose. Great job. From here, we're gonna take our feet as wide as the mat again. Maybe you like blocks for deep squats. You bring a block behind you. Maybe a chair if you'd like to do a little less of a deep squat. As we inhale, we circle those arms up, and as we exhale, we bring our hands down through a prayer. As we bend deeply into the legs, bringing our hips to rest on a prop of our choice, we're coming into that deep squat of our choice here. We're gonna take just a breath here. Allow yourself to notice how this is feeling. Our next exhale drops chin to chest, hands drop from prayer towards the floor. If you're sitting on a prop, go ahead and remove it so that you can come all the way down onto the mat. Wonderful job. We're going to bring our hands behind us, fingers pointing away or towards our hips. We can bring a constructive rest into our lower body with knees bent towards the ceiling, feet about hip distance apart. Go ahead and take the right leg, extend it out long in front of you, and then take and come into a figure four with that left ankle and left leg, letting the knee fall out to the side, flexing through that left toes back towards your shin, keeping that ankle in alignment with the knee. Now, if this feels like a great stretch, you're always welcome to stay here. You can also start to bend that right leg, drawing your heart a little closer to your shin. You also adjust how close your hands are to your hips or how close your right foot is to your hips, which will increase or decrease the intensity in that left hip. While you take a few breaths here, maybe add some neck movement. You could take half circles or full circles. You could lower, lift the chin. You could hold any place that feels like it could use a nice stretch. Make it about what feels good in your neck and shoulders, though. Great job. With our next inhale, find some stillness and then send that right leg back out long. We're going to take our left leg, we're going to bring it back behind us and tuck it back by the left hip in a half hero's pose. And if this is feeling intense in the knee, in the ankle, or anywhere else, maybe come up on a prop under that right cheek of your hips, and that will hopefully add a little more space for your body and take some pressure out of that knee. And as always, if it's feeling like it doesn't feel great, no matter what you do, ask yourself how you can make it feel better, and then simply choose to do that each and every time. All righty, now we're getting a nice stretch through that left thigh muscle. You can either stay with your torso lengthened, or maybe feel what it might feel like to explore leaning towards your right toes. Great job. Let's go ahead and come back to a straight spine. We'll take both legs back in front of us into our seated staff. And then let's take our figure four on the other side, bringing that right ankle over towards that left knee, flexing through the foot and ankle, letting the knee fall out to the side, sitting up straight. Again, maybe you stay right here, not doing anything. Maybe you bring your hands behind you, fingertips facing towards or away. Maybe you start to adjust, bringing a bend into the knee, or walking foot or hands closer to your hips. Maybe if you enjoyed just a little bit of movement last time through the neck and shoulders, you take a little bit of movement this time. Maybe you choose to have stillness this time. It's up to you. One more breath here. Exhale to send the leg out long. We're going to take that right foot. We're going to tuck it back by our right hip. Again, feel free to add as much lift here to make that feel a little more comfortable for your body. You can even tuck those toes if that feels like the best option, or leave them untucked. Wherever you're at, you're doing great. You can keep a straight spine, or maybe you start to lean and hinge forward in your half heroes pose. As we inhale, we start to find our way out of half heroes as we come into one last crisscross applesauce for our variation of an easy seated pose. We'll take one last clover pose, inhaling to circle arms up and overhead, exhaling, twisting towards the right. Inhale to come back through center. Exhaling, twist to the left. Inhale, come back through center. Exhale to bring it down through a prayer. We'll come from our seat to rolling onto our backs, curling into a ball, rocking a little left to right. And then with our next inhale, allow your knees to fall towards the rib cage as you lift the feet up towards the ceiling in a happy baby. You can hold anywhere from the feet to the ankles, the legs. You can grab a strap and wrap it around your feet. You could find movement or stillness. If lifting the legs aside doesn't feel good, you could also come into a frog pose with the feet down towards each other, the knees out wide. Wherever you're at, just take a few more cycles of breath, movement, or stillness that your body is calling. With our exhale, we'll drop our feet into constructive rest, soles of the feet about hip distance apart, knees pointing towards the ceiling. And take a gentle windshield wiper of the knees, letting them fall left to right in unison, rolling through the hips. Pausing for as long as you want on each side. We'll take one or two more breaths here. And then as you're ready, start to move into your final resting pose. As always, you could come into constructive rest with the knees touching. You could take a corpse pose. You could start to add things like pillows, blankets, blocks, or legs of the wall. Making any adjustments here so that you can start to come completely and totally into a relaxing position of your choice. Then you can start to relax on command. As you settle in, close your eyes. Start to take a few deep, intentional breaths. Begin to notice and feel the surfaces and ground beneath you, supporting your body. Maybe begin to imagine a gentle breeze brushing past you, carrying whispers of luck and serenity. As that breeze brushes by your toes and starts to slowly move your awareness along with that breath upward, noticing any sensations, any tingling, any warmth, any coolness, or even any tension, as that lucky breeze whispers, tickling each part of your body. Silently, as you scan each body part, express gratitude for its functionality. Your body is your vessel of experience. Now begin to focus on the breathing itself, inhaling deeply, exhaling slowly as you release any stress. Imagine each breath as infusing you with positive energy, as that breeze of luck swirls around you. And every exhale lets go of worries or negativity. We'll then begin to picture a treasure chest before us. It's filled with lucky charms like four-leaf clovers, horseshoes, shooting stars, or any other symbols of luck and meaning to you. As you picture this treasure chest of good fortune, reach in, taking hold of one of those objects. Feel its energy begin to radiate out into you. What does it represent for you? Abundance, opportunity, maybe joy. And with each breath, we'll express a little gratitude of mantras. I am fortunate. Repeating silently or in your head, or even just listening if that feels more authentic today. I am fortunate. Luck flows effortlessly to me. Luck flows effortlessly to me. Every day is a lucky day. And every day is a lucky day. Beginning of our class, the breeze around us was a golden light that we took into our heart space. I want you to imagine that golden light of luck beginning to radiate from your heart. As it expands, it envelops your entire body. This light symbolizes luck, positivity, and abundance. Feel it navigating and infusing every cell throughout your body. Repeating silently or maybe aloud. I am a magnet for good luck. I am a magnet for good luck. Fortune dances around me. Fortune dances around me. I trust the universe's timing. I trust the universe's timing. We'll start to bring to mind someone or something that we're grateful for. A friend, a sunrise, a warm cup of tea. And send waves of gratitude outward, like ripples in a pond. Now we'll begin to imagine a bed of clover leaves, a field as far as the eye can see. And imagine yourself laying on that bed of clover leaves. Each leaf cradles you from below, supporting your body with a gentle touch, allowing you to release any tension and trusting that luck is woven into your existence. We'll take this time here to remember that luck is not just chance. It is an energy that we can nurture. Mindfulness and presence allows us to be grateful for this present moment. And we'll end today's meditation with one last mantra. I live in the present moment where good luck and fortune reside. I live in the present moment where good luck and fortune reside. As we breathe here, we'll feel the lucky breeze surrounding us, the golden light filling us, sending gratitude out all around us. The soft bed of clovers supporting us. We simply breathe in and breathe out. We'll then start to take the deepest breath of our day so far, letting those things start to fade from our mind as we come back into our present moment. And we carry this sense of luck and mindfulness maybe into our day, into our week ahead. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you have a great rest of your day. As you're ready, begin to wiggle fingers and toes, fluttering the eyes open. And in your own time and in your own way, start to come up to an upright position facing me. Thank you so much for joining today. I hope you have a great week ahead of you. Thank you so much. Until next time. Bye.